Hey Gemini, this one's for you. Okay, let's get down to business here. I've done a lot of shuffling. I'm just doing the final last pass to get everything clear for you, my dear Gemini. You fun people. This is Tarot Illumination with your North Node Leo report, May 2017 all the way into late 2018, okay? This is a big transit. It's an evolutionary transit. We're all on the same evolutionary journey, and this is just a little snapshot of your particular little, like seat on the bus. What do you see out the window? What's the journey like for you when you're on the same bus with everybody else? How's it going to work for you? Well, hopefully we'll figure it out. Please, dear Gemini, before we get into this reading, please, I'm asking you to go to the, I think it would be like the 1st or the 13th video here in the playlist. And this is a video about the North Node in Leo in general. And that's for everybody. Kind of gives you a broad overview. It's much longer than this video, and you can apply everything in there towards this reading for you, Gemini. So also, don't forget to read for your moon, don't forget to read for your rising, and cover all the bases to get a broad outline of what this is all about, okay? And we're all on the same thing. Evolution, you're by definition facing into the unknown. I'm just going to kind of repeat myself here, but you're facing into the unknown. It means taking risk, looking forward into a future that theoretically does not yet exist, okay? So that can be very daunting if you're already deeply married to the status quo, all right? So with this nodal journey, it's with Aquarius on the south node and Leo on the north node, it's all about moving away from being utterly detached and dissolved into the community where the ego almost doesn't exist, and you think you're doing a great job for everybody, and you don't want to mess with that because you belong. That's your sense of home and community. And then to mess with that and start to become very focused on the opposite energy, which is like this Leo energy, which might appear very like selfish and self-centered and vain and arrogant and narcissistic. It's not true at all. Leo energy is very rich, succulent, bold, bright, full of radiance and love, literally like the sun, its ruler. And the whole idea is to shine, because without it, nothing happens. There's nothing. There's no love. There's nothing. There's no life, okay? And so you're going to be encouraged and induced by life events to evolve towards the Leo North Node energy. And the more you resist that, the more uncomfortable and miserable your life will be. So treat this as an opportunity. Grab every opportunity you can to evolve into the Leo North Node. Now for you, Gemini, that's happening in your 3rd house of communications. And you've been coming from the 9th house of wisdom, okay, and epic journeys, searches for higher consciousness and enlightenment. Well, it's over, okay? You've been there. You've done that. Bravo. Congratulations, Gemini. You know everything. So what are you going to do with it now? The epic journey is over, so bring it down to earth, practical day-to-day life. You have so much information that we all need, so shine it out, radiate it, bring it out, put it out there in any way you can possibly think of. Become like a professional communicator, and in your life, in your world, whatever that world might be. Even if you're like a cab driver, enjoy better communications with your customers, or if you're in customer service, or if you're like a CEO or a honcho of something, or you are already in communications, if you're a school teacher or you're studying at college, start to tune into the really delicious aspects of communication where you realize, like, you don't have to be like the professor anymore. You're already that. So bring that knowledge down to us, okay? The lay people, the ordinary people in day-to-day life that you just stumble on every day, and bring all your knowledge and wisdom and communicate it with us in a way that's fun and delightful and hilarious and sad all at the same time, and turn it into a show. Become a star. Become a star communicator. Really, really good at listening to others, and then really, really good at speaking and to others in a way that your wisdom can be understood by the layperson, okay? Make it fun, okay? Don't have to prove anything. You're not going to be a show-off or anything like that. You're not going to turn accidentally into a narcissistic egomaniac, okay? It's not going to happen, okay? People might think, wow, what the heck is going on with you? I've never seen you like this, but I have to say it's kind of cool. It's kind of fun to be around you now. You might have been a bit aloof, thinking you know it all, but now you're actually kind of fun. And I always wanted to know what you know, dear Gemini. So just make that happen, okay? Okay, just make that happen, okay? I know, it sounds crass to say it, but that's what the evolution's about. You're going to be moving into the unknown. You're going to be touching that Leo energy, which is all about heart, emotions, feelings, like being a playful kid, having fun. All right, let's just do it, okay? So here's where you're coming from. That's kind of like the South Node energy up there in the third house, Aquarius stuff. Here's the present moment, which will always be the present moment. Here's the challenges on this evolutionary journey, and here is hopefully a way to handle it so you can actually evolve and tap into it and make the best of the journey. Because there's no escape. You might as well just get used to it, all right? So, okay, what do we have here? All right, let's have a look. What's the situation? Well, this is a really, really good start, Gemini. This indicates to me that you're already very aware of this vortex of energy that's happening. And you're already aware that you're going to have to take a really close look at what you do and how you do it in very, very tangible ways. Because everything's going to change, everything has to change, and it will change inevitably anyway. So lucky you, you're already kind of like aware, like, holy shit, everything's changing. I'm going to have to be just like what that reader just said for the Gemini Tarot Illumination reading. I'm going to have to stop being like the awesome detached philosopher, wisdom seeker. I'm going to have to bring it all down to earth. Wow, how the bleep am I going to do that? Okay? Well, that's all right. You don't know the answers now because you're facing into the future. It's evolution. None of us have been there yet, okay? And that's where we're all heading, and we're all heading there together on the same bus. So you might as well enjoy the ride. You can be the goofy person in seat 17, row B, who's telling incredible stories about your journeys and what you've learned. And everybody's listening to you going like, holy crap, that's amazing. I never knew that. Wow. Thank you, Gemini. And then that's a tip that like, oh my God, I must be doing the right thing. People get off on that stuff. Wow, I'm a star communicator. Wow. All right. So in the present, like the ever evolving present, this is where we are. Okay, so again, this is seems very fortuitous to me, Gemini. This feels to me like you've already got a microscopic glimpse because you've got the wisdom already to understand that we are in an evolutionary change and that there's going to be big changes and shifts and upgrades coming. And you are already in the process of seizing the moment and taking the unchanneled wild energies of that South Node where all your treasures and wonders lie that you've already got. You've already been there. You've done that. You've climbed out Mount Everest. You've bungee jumped off of epic bridges in Australia. You've already studied every book that needs to be studied. You know everything. You've done it all, okay? And it's over. The big trip is over. You're back down here on Earth in the bus with the rest of us. So tell us what you've got. And you can do that, and you are doing that by grasping all that treasure and putting it together with like a spiritual awareness of the evolutionary journey that is coming, okay? I know that you understand this, Gemini, because you have been there, okay? You're coming down from the mountain now, and you're coming to share that with us. So that means you're coming to terms with that with inside yourself. You're striking the balance as you descend from the mountain, seizing your strength and your power and putting it all together in a package that hopefully is going to work for the rest of us that we can enjoy. So it's like you're already several evolutionary steps ahead of the rest of us. And that's because you've already been up to the mountain and come down. So we are really going to be looking to you, Gemini, for answers and wisdom. But we hope that you're going to do it in a very entertaining, fun, and creative way. So, what's the challenge? I mean, seriously. We're off to a good start here. You might be one of those lucky ones that actually really, really enjoys the ride. So what's the challenge? Oh, it might feel that you're kind of like sad to come down from the mountains, to come back down off these epic journeys, off these amazing quests for wisdom and knowledge and higher consciousness. I can understand that. It would be like you've been doing these amazing epic things, and you know all this stuff, you have all this treasure, and then just to come back down to earth and hang out in the bus with the rest of us, yeah, maybe that's a bit sad. Maybe you might feel that's a bit below you. But believe me, when you get here and you start sharing all that wisdom with us, it's going to be a freaking party. And all the heartbreak and sadness and loneliness you might feel, and the grief from saying goodbye to all that you knew, all that was, don't worry. There's more love to come, all right? You see? It's all there, the two little cups right there. So you're going to be fine. But, you know, Gemini, you're such a sort of a mental person. And with the South Node over there in that Sagittarius energy, ninth house of like wisdom and knowledge and fire and stuff, sometimes matters of the heart may have been neglected. And coming back down to earth, you might become aware that you've been missing out on a lot of love energy. Well, guess what? You're going to find it. So don't worry. Yeah, this might be a challenge, handling the grief and the sadness of having to evolve in this way. You know, coming down to our level. I'm just kidding. Okay, Gemini, but sort of serious, but coming down to our level where we're just, pedestrians and just travelers here in the bus, we're all strangers, and you happen to know a whole pile of shit that we don't. That's very cool, and we love you for that. So don't be sad. I know it's a challenge, but you don't have to be. So how are you going to deal with it all? Okay, it's really simple. You're just going to do it. You're just going to freaking do it. You're going to hop on the bus with all the rest of us, and you're going to tell us how it all works. Tell us what you know. Okay? You're going to bring all that wisdom down. It's the wisdom of humanity. It's the wisdom of knowing the really, really big important stuff that we all want to know, but none of us have ever made it that far on the big journeys and the epic quests. But you did, and you've come back victorious, okay? And so the way to handle whatever might be grieving you in this evolutionary journey is to just like, it's almost like, well, suck it up. I'm going to have to get used to love in a whole new way that I didn't even know existed before. And it has to feel good. I am going to share my wisdom, my victories, my achievements, my epic journeys. I'm going to write stories. I'm going to write books. I'm going to make blogs, videos. I'm going to hold lectures. I'm going to tell stories around campfires, whatever it takes to tell people about the epic journeys that I had and how victorious that I was and how I overcame this and how I climbed to the top but nearly fell down, but I still came back and I made it okay. And that's why I am this amazingly successful winner today, and how I am alive to even tell you these epic tales of adventure and higher knowledge. That's how you're going to do it. You're going to carry yourself as victorious, okay? Okay, so this is a really strong reading for you, Gemini. I'm very, very jealous, if you want to know the truth. But The only hindrance here is perhaps the sadness that might come with saying goodbye to those epic journeys and just hanging around in the bus with us. But believe me, we are going to love you for it, because we're going to treat you like a frickin' hero, okay? You're going to be getting the applause that you deserve, all right, for delivering the messages that we need to hear. Go Gemini. Yay. Thanks for coming down from the mountain. It's a journey. You're on the way down, but we're here in the bus and we're waiting for you, all right? Thank you, Gemini. Please reinterpret as at will, okay? Read your moon, your rising, and read the preview all signs thing for the North Node Leo, okay? You got it? You got it? It's going to be fun. We're counting on you. All right. Thank you. Bye.